Oh my gosh. Welcome to today's episode of Cooking with SMR. First, the ingredients. Combine 1 low IQ with no father figure growing up. Add at least 1 mental illness, 2 or more SSRI prescriptions, an overwhelming dose of crushing self-hatred, and a desperate need for the approval of others. Combine ingredients and you have what we're seeing on screen now. Look guys, I'm not trying to be mean, just accurate here. Almost this entire crowd, by the way. A lot of cat ladies with too much time on their hands, and a few sneaky fuckers in there as well, just hoping that if they show how much of an ally they are for the cause, which is of course that Elon bad, maybe they might get their dick sucked. By the way, ain't gonna happen, brother. Now, in fairness, many of these alleged protesters are being paid. They're centrally organised. Turn up, didn't bring a sign, don't worry, here's a bunch that we've prepared for you. Just grab one that suits your fancy. Never mind the GPS tracking data that shows that many of these so-called protesters have appeared at many dozens of anti-Trump / anti-Elon events in recent years. I'm not kidding when I talk about rent-a-crowd, rent-a-protesters, and a massive psychological operation to fool people into thinking the entire public has turned against Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. What's this on screen now? Tesla protest organiser Indivisible deleted a webpage promising $200 reimbursements for anti-Trump and Musk protesters. The form to request money is still up. Oh, what's this we see? Resources and links. Event reimbursements. Event reimbursement form. Indivisible project can reimburse groups for eligible expenses associated with your Musk or Us actions up to $200 per group. Well, that's interesting. I thought this was just a far right-wing conspiracy theory that these alleged protesters were actually rent-a-crowds. Oh, look, the page has been deleted. Awkward. But the internet never forgets. And what is this? Indivisible Musk or Us actions reimbursement program. The Trump-Musk coup is underway and we're all paying the price. Through his fast agency Doge, Elon Musk and Trump are dismantling democracy. God, this is so unhinged. In real time and ripping apart the services millions rely on. By the way, all of this is false. They're actually doing the opposite, trying to prevent fraud, which means more money gets to the people that are actually deserving of the support. We recently heard that 40% of the calls to Social Security regarding account payments were from scammers, fraudsters trying to change the direct deposit account details of people actually deserving of benefits to steal people's benefits. Every Republican must feel the heat for their complicity in the Trump-Musk coup. Every Democrat must know that we've got their backs when they fight back. Goes on to say that Indivisible Project can reimburse indivisible groups for eligible expenses up to $200. If you plan on incurring expenses that you cannot cover using this reimbursement and your own group's funds, personal distribution, please check in with your Indivisible organiser. So how fascinating. This form is for requesting reimbursement for standard event hosting costs such as venue fees, audiovisual equipment, food and non-alcoholic drinks, promotional and invite materials, travel costs, printing costs for messages to lobby, blah, 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 blah. I told you guys from the outset, massive psyop. What's this we see? Another example, by the way, there's many of these. Anti-Musk protesters have their chants in large font scripted out in case they forget them. By the way, it's not like everybody turning up to these events. The rent-a-crowds are being handed out the chants to go along with. Elon Musk, go to Mars. We don't want your swastikas, etc. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. And believe it or not, some of the dumb fucks out there in the general public aren't actually being paid to protest. They're just so low IQ. By the way, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to be honest here, like brain dead, that they gobble up the one true narrative, they see the fake news and think it's a legitimate source of information, and then they go out and do things like this retard, who keyed a Tesla vehicle, obviously, to show the world that Elon bad. And again, how small must your brain be to be either unaware that there's cameras all over these vehicles or to not think about the consequences of keying a vehicle covered in cameras? Hello? Anyway, this dumb fuck, Ryan Williams, has been caught and charged with felony criminal mischief. This is the find out part of fucking around. Ryan, this is the intended outcome of these psyops. If enough people think others think that Elon bad, well, they'll take matters into their own hands. Don't drop the soap, Ryan. Attorney General Pam Bondi has a message.
I've made it clear, if you take part in the wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, we will find you, arrest you, and put you behind bars. Today, I'm proud to announce that the Department of Justice has unsealed federal charges against another Tesla attacker. we've charged Cooper Frederick in the firebombing of a Tesla dealership that occurred on March 7th in Loveland, Colorado. All of these cases are a serious threat to public safety. Therefore, there will be no negotiating. We are seeking 20 years in prison. The crime was committed in Colorado, and thanks to the great investigative work by the FBI, the defendant was arrested in Plano, Texas. Let this be a warning. You can run, but you cannot hide. Justice is coming.
At this point, honestly, you have to be extremely low IQ. And also, probably not quite all there. I don't just mean dumb, but suffering from severe delusions. By the way, again, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm being honest here. To think that it's a good idea to engage in acts of domestic terrorism leveled at Tesla. You will be caught, and the penalties will be severe. Here is a delicious clip of an extremely low-T vandal who was caught and confronted, and then goes on to claim that he didn't intend on carving a swastika into a Tesla. I guess it just happened.
Free service.
Free service? How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off
with
a towel.
No,
it's not
no.
a key.
It is a hate crime, sir. It is a hate crime. Did you write a swastika on there?
I'm sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work. Apparently it doesn't work.
Did you write a swastika on the... It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Is it a swastika?
I was probably putting my keys in my pocket.
Is it a swastika?
Have you looked at your car? Is there a key mark?
Yes. Is it a swastika?
That's impossible.
It's at the police right now. It's being fingerprinted.
What do you mean it's being?
Because they're trying to track you down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down. So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything now.
Listen.
Because you chose to write so to tell Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I apologize.
For what?
I have nothing against your car, and I have nothing against you.
So why would you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the way
to show my... So Elon Musk owns that car? Because
no,
it was
he
bought
owns
and
the
paid
company.
for. It was bought and paid for a long time ago.
That's why it's misguided, and obviously I did not do this.
All right,
sir.
we're gonna wait for the...
What a weak fucking pussy. I mean, at least own your actions. The guy's just got caught after carving a swastika into a Tesla vehicle. I mean, if you really believe that Elon was a Nazi, if you really believe this shit, would you be backing out? I'm so sorry. Fucking weak pussy. Oh, and we ain't done yet. Check this out. Busted. Lincoln County, Mississippi has identified a, quote, man, or a man-sized boy, who took wire cutters to a Tesla. This clown was an illegal alien. He was arrested and had an active felony warrant. What a moron. Active felony warrant out, and you're vandalizing a vehicle covered in cameras. You moron. They closed the mental asylums, and this happens.
Couple of bad dance moves isn't what you call a takedown. Hundreds of protesters popped up at Tesla showrooms over the weekend. And if you were just driving through, you probably saw some signs that said, "Burn a Tesla."
This MAGA hates us. He hates us. Let's hang him, huh?
Once again, I am not joking. Decades ago, people like this lovely lady would have been in a mental asylum getting treatment for their clear and obvious illness. Instead, these people have access to televisions and the internet and the hate stream media and get fed propaganda and then channel their illness toward this kind of behavior. Absolutely unhinged. And the hate stream media is culpable here. The people organising these protests, the massive psyop and the media fueling it, they all have a hand in preying upon these deranged lunatics.
Okay, come on, bring it on. Bring it on. Nazi! Nazi! Democracy must be protected.
Protesters were handed little chant sheets just in case they forgot what they were protesting. And at 12 o'clock on the dot, every protester in Texas just got up and left at the same time.
Well, I mean, that's what you do when your shift's over, right?
So what's going on here? Luckily, our very own stupid son of a gun, Charlie Hurt, was there to ask them.
What's wrong with Elon Musk?
Yeah, well, first of all, he came here as an illegal alien, documented immigrants, first of all. Second of all, he's a fascist with Nazi salutes.
He's a fascist because he is blatantly trying to dismantle democracy in the U.S.
Are you concerned about waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government?
Not particularly.
Have you been on the Doge website to look at some of the waste, fraud, and abuse that they're trying to cut out?
No,
Why not?
because I don't believe anything they would put out.
Not the brightest, but not surprising. The real resistance took place in driveways. One California man woke up and his Cybertruck smashed and slashed.
I'm totally shocked. Like you said, this is a really quiet, safe neighborhood. I'm at the top of the hill at the end of a cul-de-sac. We don't get very much traffic up here at all. They had come an hour before that, kind of staked the place out and looked around, and then came back an hour later with their rock and their tape to cover over my cameras and do their little damage show. I'm a little shooken up right now, and I'm concerned that they may possibly come back, and it's not a good feeling having my family here, my young son, and very unsettling.
They said Trump brown shirts were going to go door to door terrorizing people, but it's radicals with Musk derangement syndrome. And it's a diverse crew. Even illegals are getting in on it. Mr. Rodriguez here got his hands on some wire cutters.
Take a look at this video now. The Brookhaven Police Department needs your help with the felony vandalism investigation. 63-year-old Osvaldo Torres Rodriguez was caught on camera vandalizing a Tesla with wire cutters Friday. As you can see, he's vandalizing the hood and the vehicle's driver's side. Torres Rodriguez has an active felony warrant and is an undocumented immigrant.
And these mostly peaceful protests are going global. A Tesla dealership in Rome was lit on fire and lost 17 cars. And it's not just Teslas. The Republican Party headquarters in New Mexico was set on fire and graffitied with ICE equals KKK. Pretty sure the KKK were the ones burning things and threatening innocent Americans, like these people are. Protesters are even justifying and rationalizing their destruction on camera.
Destruction of property is a perfectly viable source of protest.
All right, so I don't want to pick on bro here, but I'm going to. Sneaky fucker strategy. No, yeah, I'll just pretend I agree with whatever the fuck this deranged, fatherless girl I'm currently sleeping with says, just to keep the strawberry fields open. And again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm spitting facts here, guys. 100% of the people that are involved in this who aren't being paid are low IQ, didn't have a father figure at home. There's a bunch of sneaky fucker guys tagging along, pretending they give a shit just to try and get laid. These people are not normal. They're not well. They need help. And the media shouldn't be stirring up this frenzy of hatred. What kind of idiot will say this kind of stuff on camera? Just listen one more time to what this deranged idiot just said.
Destruction of property is a perfectly viable source of protest. No harming humans, obviously. Yeah. Human life is sacred no matter whose it is. But property these are just things. These are just cars.
Yeah, bro, agree harder so she sucks your dick tonight.
These are just cars. A $100,000 Cybertruck that takes you to work, to the grocery store, and your kids to school. Kind of more than just a thing. Besides your house, it's probably your most important property. But Pam Bondi's making an example out of them. Remember Lucy, the trans Tifa who torched a few Teslas? His accomplice just got indicted and is looking at hard time.
I'll skip ahead. We've seen this message from Pam.
And not hide. Justice is coming.
Musk says it's time to arrest whoever's funding these attacks. Arresting their puppets and paid foot soldiers won't stop the violence.
No lies detected. It's important to understand, again, I'm not trying to be mean. The people who are being swindled here, fooled, propagandized, are not right in their head. They're very dumb. They'll do anything to be part of a group. They have too much time on their hands, not enough money, low self-esteem, mental illnesses, major problems. And until the organizations actively funding and enabling these acts of terrorism, the supposed protests, pre-printing signs, telling people be here on this date, turn up, we'll even bust you in, etc. Until the people centrally organising and funding these protests stop, the giga NPCs we're seeing turning up, ruining their lives in many cases, won't stop. But as Pam Bondi said, justice is coming. And as I said back in March, the anti-Tesla, quote, protests are acts of terrorism and should be treated accordingly. And this includes those organising and those participating in these acts of terrorism. Again, the definition of terrorism is the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. And if there happens to be any NPCs watching, I'm not referring to people who are peacefully protesting. There is a reason I use quotation marks here to refer to these alleged protests. When you have people holding up signs that say, burn a Tesla, save democracy, that's terrorism. That's inciting people to commit acts of domestic terrorism. When you have that dumb bitch saying that it's totally fine to destroy a Tesla vehicle, it's just property. She's encouraging acts of domestic terrorism. So as Jesse points out, in reference to what Elon said, until those who are actually organising and funding these things are caught, might get worse before it gets better. And in the meantime, there's going to be a lot of collateral damage, not just Tesla vehicles, but also mentally ill, deranged, low IQ, fatherless, self-hating lunatics who are willing to ruin their lives just trying to be part of a cause that they believe matters. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.